Hello everyone, wanted to show you my Uuni oven. My review of it after about 3 months or so. So I've used it about 5 times, and it works pretty good. However, the flames in the back tend to burn the back side of the pizza quite a bit. Also, the bottom doesn't really crisp up the way it should. The stones can get up to 700, 900 degrees even. I've gotten them to 1100 one day just to see how it would work. But then, of course, it burns the bottom right away. Anyways, what I did do is I built a little baffle in the back. You can see that kind of raised wall there where the charcoal is. And that seems to help a little bit with preventing the back side of the pizza from burning immediately. So it takes an extra few minutes now before it does, and by 10, of course, you got to turn it around. So I just put this in. I'm gonna turn it around with one hand, and as you can see, it started burning right there. But you can keep spinning it and kind of keep it in the front where, you know, again, further away from the heat, obviously that helps. Right now the stones are about 600 degrees, and again the bottom isn't quite crisping up the way I'd like it to see it. However, I also found that by lifting kind of the back side of the pizza like that and letting some heat go underneath, that helps tremendously. So that's the trick. So these round spatulas are definitely a good thing to have. So for $650, it's a decent oven, and of course I fire it by wood or charcoal, or a combination of charcoal and oak, just to give it some extra flavor, some speed. With the charcoal, it stays at temperature for a while. When you want to give it a jolt, you throw a little piece of oak, and it fires right up, and it comes right up to temperature. So as you can see, it's been about even a minute that I've been talking here, and that corner as well is kind of charred up a little bit. That's okay. I do have it, I did close this baffle up here, right here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a baffle there that closes the chimney directly. So now the heat is kind of going off the top, rolling off the top and coming down into these channels on the sides. Okay, and so that keeps the heat kind of up at the top of the pizza a little longer. But really the problem is the bottom. The top will cook easily and quickly. The bottom is the part that is still a bit of a mystery. But I found that 750 at the bottom, and I do have a thermometer, a laser thermometer that I use to do that. It works pretty good. So again, for the money at $650, it's a good buy. Beyond that, obviously, you know, the next jump up is $1,500, so basically twice as much, right? So so yeah, I don't use the small door, the half moon door that came with it, that closes kind of this half of the top. I like to see the top of the pizza here, have more control of the spatula and so on. So basically, I take this off and I put it back on in between, you know, when I go get another pizza. And so backside, nice and hot. This thing that's hot, don't put it down on your table like I did the first time. I do use it on a glass table, which of course I say not to do. However, as you can see, I put a piece of wood underneath, and really underneath here, there's absolutely no heat. In fact, touching the bottom side, I can touch it. You know, it's warm, but it's nothing there. There is some heat coming out the front when the door is open, and then there is clearly heat coming off the back here because of this hole right here. So by having a piece of wood is enough to you know, insulate the glass, make sure that doesn't crack. And like I said, I've used it a bunch of times. That hasn't been a problem. So it works pretty good. Have fun.